You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 26th of November. India marks Constitution Day. President Murmu releases commemorative coin and stamp. Pakistan protests by Imran Khan supporters turn deadly. 4 soldiers, 1 protester killed. And Sri Lanka weighing US bribery accusations against Adani crew. And now for all the details. The second day of Indian Parliament's winter session began on Tuesday with President Droupadi Murmu addressing the joint sitting of both houses on the Constitution Day, emphasizing the significance of the Indian Constitution in shaping the nation. President Murmu released a commemorative coin and stamp to mark the 75th anniversary of the adoption of the Constitution of India. She said that the Constitution is a living and progressive document. She also released 2 books related to the Constitution of India on the occasion. The government said that it will also hold a mass reading of the preamble across the country. Meanwhile, the main opposition Congress party on Tuesday urged citizens to protect the ethos of the Constitution and said the struggle to defend India's inherent philosophy must be reinvigorated and reignited in the 75th year of its adoption. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, said the Constitution is a powerful tool to protect the poorest and weakest sections of society, and the stronger it is, the stronger the country will be. In a swipe at the BJP, the Congress leader also asserted that at a time when those out to destroy the Constitution are showing insincere commitment towards it. And amid massive protests in Pakistan, at least 4 soldiers and 1 protester have been killed as marchers demanded release of former jailed Prime Minister Imran Khan, Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi has said. Thousands of Khan supporters marched on Islamabad, breaking through barricades in response to his call for a sit-in protest near Parliament to press demands ranging from their leader's release to the government's resignation. The Pakistan Army has been deployed to curb the protests under the Article 245 and has been ordered to shoot on sight. Gatherings in Islamabad have been banned while all schools in the capital and the adjacent city of Rawalpindi were to remain closed. The protest march, which Khan has described as the final call, is one of many his party has held to seek release since he was jailed in August last year. Voted out of power by Parliament in 2022 after he fell out with Pakistan's powerful military, Khan faces charges ranging from corruption to instigation of violence, all of which he and his party deny.
हमारे लिए अभी भी रेंजर्स के पास कितना देर लगती है कि हम वहाँ पे 5 मिनट फायरिंग होनी है तो उसके बाद वहाँ बंदा नज़र नहीं आएगा, लेकिन हम लोग कह रहे हैं सब्र सब्र सब्र। इस टाइम हमारे लोग हैं वो पाकिस्तानी हैं, उनकी जानें ना जाएं, लेकिन एक लाइन आती है जहाँ पे हमें फैसला करना पड़ता है कि उनको हमने अपने लोगों को भी प्रोटेक्ट करना है.
Moving on, residents in Gilgit-Baltistan have expressed concern over declining tourism sector in the occupied region due to prolonged power cuts and poor road infrastructure that are keeping visitors away from the tourism-dependent region. A report.
The picturesque landscape of Gilgit-Baltistan with its mesmerizing weather and beautiful mountainous terrain has the potential to make it an international tourism hub. However, locals lament the region has been witnessing a sharp decline in tourist influx due to government's apathy to resolve the issue of prolonged load shedding, lack of safe drinking water, and poor road infrastructure that keep even the domestic tourists away.
खूबसूरती जो है वो ज़्यादातर जो है मौसम ख़ज़ां में होती है, तो यहाँ बिजली का कोई बंदोबस्त नहीं है। होटलों में मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड होने की वजह से लोग होटलों में नहीं रह सकते हैं, मोबाइल तक चार्ज नहीं होता है, तो इस वजह से जो है सियाह बहुत कम आते हैं मौसम सरमा में। हुकूमत को चाहिए कि यहाँ पर जो मुख्तलिफ सियाहती मकामात है वहाँ तक जो है वो ट्रैक का जो प्रोजेक्ट हैं उसको बढ़ाए, मुख्तलिफ पहाड़ों तक जो है काफ़ी मतलब खूबसूरत जगह जो है पहाड़ों के पिछले साइड पे होते हैं, तो वहाँ तक मतलब या शायरा नहीं बना सकते हैं, तो एक ट्रैक की शक्ल में कम से कम पैदल जाने के रास्ता तो वो बना सकते हैं, तो जिससे जो है यहाँ मुकामी लोगों को रोज़गार के मौके फराहम होंगे।
Residents blame that Pakistan has been looting natural resources of Gilgit-Baltistan for the past 7 decades, but has deprived them of even their basic rights. They claim the agenda is to keep the region underdeveloped.
And in the wake of bribery allegations against Indian billionaire Gautam Adani in the United States, Sri Lanka's cabinet spokesperson and minister Nalinda Jayathissa said on Tuesday that the Lankan government was taking the matter seriously. He said the government was reviewing Adani's ongoing projects in Sri Lanka. However, no decision has been made yet. US prosecutors have charged Gautam Adani, his nephew Sagar and 6 others for their alleged roles in a $265 million scheme to bribe Indian officials to secure power supply deals. Adani Ports, India's largest private ports operator, owns 51% of a new container terminal project expected to begin operations next year in Sri Lanka's city of Colombo. The Adani Group has dismissed the accusations as baseless and denied them in a parallel civic case, adding it would seek all possible legal recourse. Thousands of Rohingya refugees are reportedly being recruited into Myanmar's armed conflicts after fleeing persecution. Camps in Cox's Bazar are now grappling with rising violence and militant activity disrupting humanitarian aid and spreading fear among residents. A report.
32-year-old Rafiq in July slipped out of the world's largest refugee settlement in southern Bangladesh and crossed the border into Myanmar on a small boat. Rafiq is among thousands of Rohingya insurgents who have emerged from camps housing over 1 million refugees in Cox's Bazar, where militant recruitment and deadly violence has surged this year, according to people familiar with the matter and 2 internal aid agency reports. The Rohingya, a mainly Muslim group that is the world's largest stateless population, started fleeing in droves to Bangladesh in 2016 to escape what the United Nations has called a genocide at the hands of Buddhist majority Myanmar's military.
আল্লাহর ওয়াস্তে গজি ফাইতি বে তো হনিকরে দাহে বললা হনিকরে মানে দুশগুরি বললা এ ব্যবহার না করি তা আল্লাহর ওয়াস্তে গজি তারা এলে ধরো রাশনদের হাইবারি বাদি আর তো হেলে জনের মকসদ কি আর কান হেলে হক আছে আর কান হদি আর হক দদি তো আর কান আর হক দিছে বে আর মারি দরি আর কি গজি বুমরাই দি তো হেলে 36 জত কামাছি
A long-running rebellion in Myanmar has gained ground since the military's 2021 coup, involving a complex array of armed groups, with Rohingya fighters now entering the fray. Many have joined groups loosely allied with their former military persecutors to fight an ethnic army that has seized much of the western Myanmar state of Rakhine, from which many Rohingya fled.
আর তো আমাকে তো ধরা উড়িব আর দুনিয়ারে মেসেজ দিলাম দে বিচারকল দিলাম দুনিয়ারে তা আজ পর্যন্ত হনকান ওই তো বর্মা তাই গই আর এড়ে তাই গই বিচার ও জায়গা তাই গই তো হনকান ওই আর নয়
About 2,000 people were recruited from the refugee camps between March and May through drives employing ideological, nationalist and financial inducements, coupled with false promises, threats and coercion. Back in Cox's Bazar, there is turmoil in the refugee camps. Fighting and shootings are common, terrifying residents and disrupting humanitarian efforts.
Moving on, Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has said no agreement on loan would be reached during his official visit to China on 2nd of December. Local media reported during a meeting with former PMs and foreign ministers, Oli claimed that Belt and Road Initiative signed with China was not a loan-based agreement. He added it is a baseless rumor that loan is being taken to entrap the country. Oli's visit to China is being seen as a visible break from the tradition of Nepal prime ministers undertaking their first foreign trip to India. Oli, however, clarified that Nepal had the same friendly ties with India and underlined the need to take benefit of cordial ties with both countries for Nepal's economic development. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you soon. tomorrow. Good night.